Hey there friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Dominique from the Pixie Planner. I've got a fun planner review for you today, and actually over the next few weeks I am going to be introducing you to some new and amazing planners I've discovered and ones that you might want to consider for 2020 coming up. So to start things off, today I want to introduce you to the 2020 Spaces Planner. Now, this is a planner that I have had my eyes on for probably the past year almost. I first saw Amanda from Amanda's Favorites. If you have not checked out her YouTube channel, absolutely go ahead and do so. I will leave her information. She has some awesome planner reviews. But I had seen her review on the Spaces Planner a little while back, and I absolutely was like blown away. This is a list maker's dream, and you'll see exactly what I mean as we jump into it. But first, let me give you some information on the size of the planner. It is a very unique size. It's almost like a perfect square. I really haven't come across any other planner with these particular dimensions. So according to the website, it is about 8 7/8 tall. It is 9 3/4 wide. That includes the coil, and it is 3/4 thick. So it's almost like a perfect square. What I am really happy about though is the size of the coil. It is just the right size in my opinion. There's not too much extra space for it to be kind of a little off balance. I have a love-hate relationship with coils. I love them, but when a coil is too big compared to the thickness of the planner, I have such a hard time writing with that being in the way. So I really appreciate that it is a smaller coil. Now that does mean if you are someone who likes to use stickers, it may not close very well over time as the stickers thicken up the planner. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. But as far as the size of the coil to the planner, I really love it. It does not obstruct your writing as much as some other coils do. You also have your reinforced corners here to give even more protection to the planner. It is already super sturdy. It's a nice hard kind of chipboard cover, and I think the quality is absolutely fantastic. It feels sturdy. I wouldn't be worried about just tossing this in my bag. So I love it when I don't have to worry about being delicate with my planner, and I feel like this is going to be one of those that can be a toss and go. So opening her up here, you have, of course, your first page here to go ahead and write your information if lost. Now, these pages here feel super thick and very nice quality. Unfortunately, online it does not specify the type of paper or the thickness or the weight of the paper, so I don't have that information for you, but I do have a pen test that I did in the back, and the paper does feel like a very nice thickness. So Rachel, the creator of this planner, does a nice job of giving you a little introduction to the planner and an example here without taking up too many pages. I do like to have somewhat of an introduction and to see kind of examples of how to use, but I don't like it when there's too many pages in the front that are taken up with that information. So it's nice to see that you only have these 2 pages right here giving you some of that information, and then it goes right into your 2020 overview. Now, I love that she has some line spaces underneath the month, so that way you've got even more room to make notes of specific days that you want to prep in advance for, or if you just want a place to keep track of friends and family's birthdays, I think that this is a nice spread to do so. And then you go into 2021, which is awesome. You can go ahead and do some way in the future planning, and it goes right into your first month. So this is January. As you can see, I am just so absolutely in love with the size of these boxes. I think it's great because this feels like a very compact, portable planner, but at the same time, I feel like I have the room of, a huge 5.5 by 11 planner. The boxes, again, are just such a great size to fit a ton of information in. There are the holidays down at the bottom of each box, and you've got this nice big note section here off to the right. Now, as you can see, we've got a little pattern at the top. The patterns do alternate from month to month, and I am a very kind of simple, minimalist individual when it comes to my planner and colors. I like pastels. I like black and white. So this planner really spoke to me. I like the simplicity of the black and white and just kind of having some of those shapes to add a little bit of fun to it. It feels professional to me. I wouldn't feel awkward, bringing this to work and leaving it out. And especially if you work in an office setting, I think that this is just a very nice professional looking cover. And so after the month, you go right into your weekly pages. Now, this is the highlight of the planner and why I said it is a list maker's dream. I'm someone who is absolutely obsessed with making lists, and this is something that I feel is going to be absolutely fantastic for anyone that needs to just declutter your mind and get these thoughts and ideas just down on paper, but in an organized way. So as you can see here, we have quite a few boxes. There are 5 of them that are pre-labeled. So we have personal, housework, errands, health, and relationships. And then you have 7 blank spaces that you can just make your own. Now, the motto of this planner is people over projects. So relationships is a focus that is very important to this company because ultimately we don't want to be forgetting what really matters in life. So the relationship section here is really nice to have. That way you can keep someone in the front of your mind that maybe needs, a little bit of cheering up this week, or someone that you want to reach out to that you haven't contacted in a while. So I think it's wonderful to have this section with each week. That way we don't forget those people that we, love so much within our lives. So as far as the other sections go, you can really just make this what works best for you. If you have a family that you need to keep track of with sports events, or a specific child has, their chores that you want to keep track of, you can go ahead and put Jimmy and Alice's name there. You can make your shopping list over here. You can go ahead and have a gratitude list. There are just endless possibilities for this layout, and I love that I can mix it up every single week. I don't have to have the exact same headers for my lists. And then down at the bottom, you see Monday to Sunday, and then you have a little box here for next week. So this is where your events and appointments are going to go. And I really enjoy this because I don't have many events or appointments during the week for myself. I do not have children. It's just my husband and myself. So our schedules aren't too crazy besides the usual work hours and housekeeping and, regular events that we're doing. So this space is great for someone like myself. Or even if you do have a lot going on, you can go ahead and bring it up into one of these boxes. So that way you have more room if this just isn't enough space for you to keep track of those events and appointments. So it really is so customizable. And again, this is really just such a highlight to this planner. I've not seen anything like this before, and it makes me very excited to try this out for myself. On the top left, you do have your week number and the dates to that week, and that is for the entire weekly spreads here. You go into week 2, and as you can see, it's still personal, housework, errands, health, relationships, so that stays the same throughout this planner. And then you come to the end of the month and you have some blank note pages here. So you have 4 individual boxes on the left and then 2 individual boxes on the right. And then you have a full notes page at the very end. So you get a ton of note space in this planner. And again, I just think it's great that it's left blank and you have some variety with the number of boxes on each of these pages. So I'm going to quickly flip through each month so you can see how the shapes and the quotes change and you can get a better look at what the entire calendar year looks like. And then that brings us to the very back of the planner where you have 2 tabs remaining, one of them being big plans and the other notes. And first of all, I absolutely love the font that she's chosen for the planner here. It's such a wonderful, just simple but clean looking font and a little bit playful too. I really am a big fan, and I love that she has the note sections tabbed. I absolutely hate when I'm having to kind of fiddle in the back pages, flipping around to find out where I last left off on a blank page or where my note section starts. So I really love that she has them tabbed. So for the big plan section, this is where you can just go crazy, get creative, and keep track of any projects that you might have coming up. You can do some brainstorming for those projects. You've got a blank space here at the top so you can give whatever title you want. And then even for travel planning, if you want to keep track of your packing list and ideas that you have for sightseeing or jotting down your memories, as you've gone on your travels. There's so much that you can do with these big plans pages. And you have here, you've got 1 spread, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So that's just a great amount of space for you to use for any topic you pretty much feel would fit perfectly here. Then after the big plans, you have your notes tab here, and then this is where you have your blank pages just for your general note taking. It is just 1 full page. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, if I can grab this, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then there is on the back 13, and this is where I have the pen test. But lastly, you have a nice pocket in the back. It does feel a little bit thin, so I would be worried about, getting too aggressive with stuffing it. So I would be a little bit more delicate with putting things in there. But for the most part, I do appreciate when planners have a pocket. That way I can just keep some really, thin items if you want to keep receipts in there, or if you have any stickers that you want to keep on hand. I think those things would be absolutely fine in the pocket. So here on the back, I have done a pen test, and I used pens that are most popular within the planner community. So you've got your Ink Joy. I used my Sharpie pen, my Pilot G2, Uni Jetstream Micron, my mild liner, and the Pilot Precise V5. So turning it over, you can see that there really is minimal, if any, ghosting, and all of them did absolutely fantastic. So that just makes me so thrilled to know that I have a variety of pens that I could use and not have to worry about making a mess of my pages or seeing that ghosting sometimes, like with the Hobonichi. When you're writing on one page and you flip the other, you can see your writing, and sometimes that's just really distracting. So this, at least with these pens that I have tested, you have no worries for that. So overall, this planner just has me really, really excited. You know, again, the large boxes for the monthly page give me all the writing room I need. I absolutely love that it is so customizable, and as far as myself being a huge list lover, this is something that is going to be a no frills, just get the work done for the week and make me feel organized and keep my brain decluttered. So I hope you enjoyed a look at the Spaces Planner. I do want to mention that they have kindly given me a code to share with you guys for 10% off your purchase if you decide to purchase a 2020 Spaces Planner. Now, it's an affiliate link, so I do receive a small percentage, but the money that I may receive from it, I do want to donate to my local animal shelter, and I plan on doing that. So if you are interested in this planner, I would greatly appreciate it if you did use my code. I'll leave that information down below. But overall, I just wanted to introduce you to the Spaces Planner because I think this is such a unique layout. I really haven't seen anything else like this, and I know that it will work wonders for those of you who really think more in list format. And I definitely recommend checking out their website so you can see the other cover options. I will leave the website down below. They have two other options. They are colorful, so if neutral isn't your thing, you really might enjoy one of the colorful options. Again, thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I appreciate all of your support so very much, and I will see you again soon in my next video. Bye.